Okay, today's video, we're going to tell you about what's the minimum ad budget you need for running YouTube ads to start making money, or at least get you to the next stage where your initial investment pays a dividend or a profit, or you get a profit from it that you can then reinvest into a higher YouTube ad budget so that you can start the process of building a big YouTube ads campaign for your business. So long story short here, you could start with as little as $1 or $2 a day on YouTube ads if you know what you're doing to get that $1 to $2 a day working for your business. Realistically, you can start out with that $1 a day if, the big if being here, that you were to spend more time in setting up your campaign than most people do at the beginning. The average person that has tons of money and not much time is going to try to take a video that they already got on YouTube, it's some video that they, corporate video that they made, and they try to advertise that on YouTube to people that have a general interest of, things that they do or whatnot, and most of the time it's just not even going to make money, and they keep running it. Maybe you see your competitors doing this, but they're not making money because they don't know how to set up their tracking. About 70-80% of the people that I deal with on an ongoing basis at my PPC firm, or ad agency if you want to call it that, don't have tracking set up. Therefore, a lot of people that you see running ads aren't even making money. People that are setting, know how to track their results, they're still not making money because it's not easy. It's easy, but it's not clearly apparent what the process is of setting up a successful ad campaign on YouTube, because most people don't want to spend a lot of time researching it. They are fairly arrogant. They think, how hard could it be? I'll go ahead and set up my campaign. So don't believe what you basically see out there about what other people are doing. If you take the opposite approach of people thinking, oh, how hard could it be? And you think, it's damn hard. I'm going to do everything I can to get the ads working initially. You could take a tiny budget and get that working, whereas somebody with $1,000 a day budget won't have a profit to show from that, whereas your $1 a day budget you start out with, you do have actual profit to show. So in other words, you'll be making more profit than the guy with 1,000 times more daily ad budget to spend on YouTube ads than you, because you got and have the key information I'm sharing with you here today about what's the most profitable stuff to typically start out with that takes very little budget and that anyone can set up. So with that said, more expensive than the ad spend that you basically need starting out is the ad itself, which, like I said, most people are going to they'd rather, they may have all this money to dump into ad spend to run their ads on YouTube ads, but they don't spend any time and money thinking about what does the consumer need to see with the ad. Generally speaking, right off the bat, you got to know that if you're going to get YouTube ads to make more money than what you're investing into ad spend, you need to have a dedicated video that speaks directly to your viewers, so that the message that they're getting tells them exactly how you're going to help them. And that also, if you're going to make it work, needs to be tied in to what it is that the people on YouTube are even there for. Given that YouTube's the second biggest search engine on the planet, people go to YouTube still fundamentally to a lot of times get information on how to do things, how to do this, how to do that. So when you take fundamentally the opportunity that's given to you of people looking for information on how to do things, how to buy certain things such as what you sell, and then you try to stick a irrelevant video in front of them, you're wasting your time. However, if you get a dedicated video that tells them exactly what they're ultimately looking for an answer for, they can fix that problem or give them the answer that they're looking for. Now you got their attention straight away. And ultimately, that consumer who needs an answer to question A, and you coming with a direct video that gives them the answer to question A, that's tied into ultimately leads them into buying a product or service that you sell. That's the magic formula that can work for anybody, but very few people are doing. And in which, why you can start out with literally $1 or $2 a day in ads if you've got the right video to set up that you make and targeted to the right audience that it should be seen by. Why the $1 or $2 a day is enough already to start making money. The video ad itself is more than what the ad costs. Like I said, the ad spend is necessary to get you going and off the ground. A good video ad, though, also on top of that, can be made inexpensively if you produce the scripting, the angle, like what the video needs to do, and then just go to a video person on like Upwork. You can get a video done for $500. That's effective enough to get you up and off the ground. But you do that generally, and if you're going to start out with $1 or $2 a day and have it work, or just in general, that's the way that you take a little bit of money and make it work and turn it into a big pile of money later on down the road. So, and then ultimately, that one video that you make, by the way, can't be also, generally speaking, made for everybody you're targeting on YouTube. The magic happens when you find an audience that should be able to buy your product or service, and you make a dedicated video just for them. You find another audience of people that should be able to buy your product or service if they just knew about it, and then you make it dedicated just for them. You end up with more videos, just like on Google Ads. If you're running Google Ads or have in the past, and you've heard my other videos, I don't just have a one ad that every single person searching for every keyword related to our product or service that's going to search that we want to get in front of. They aren't going to see the same message. If they're looking for brown shoes, they're going to get an ad that says brown shoes for sale. If they want fuzzy red shoes, they're going to see an ad that says fuzzy red shoes for sale. Because that's how we are relevant to our buyer and be more relevant to their competition, but more importantly, that it's known in the ad industry as message market match. Message market match, where somebody's looking for XYZ and you show up, say, I have XYZ, to where you have an efficient system that will churn out money and churn it out at a high enough rate that whatever you're paying to get in front of that person, as only 5 to 10% of what you're selling, the money you're getting back. So where you're getting $10 in sales for every $1 you spend in ads or what have you, that most companies need to be profitable enough to then reinvest and get more customers that way, and so on and so forth. So you got to have a good ad. You could save a lot of money doing most of the planning yourself and just having a video guy stitch together what the ultimate angle and flow of the video needs to be, which I'm going to talk about how to do the video here. I've also, by the way, got a video that's, if you type in on my channel homepage in the search bar, YouTube script, you'll find a general common script that I use on most, like 70-80% of campaigns I work on. That'll basically work, most times in terms of the flow of how a YouTube video ad should go for you to be able to make money with this ad, starting out with just $1 or $2 a day. So, as mentioned, you make up for a lack of ad spend on YouTube ads by becoming more targeted with the ad spend that you do have, so that you could start out, make money, then go from $1 a day to $2 a day to $4 a day to $8 a day. So you don't have to start out with a lot up front because what you have is so legacy targeted. And for that matter, by the way, if you haven't started out, it literally it depends on what market you're targeting. If you're targeting, business owners, it's going to be more like 5 to 10 cents a view. If you're targeting like everyday consumers, it's like a penny a view. See, it literally, when it only costs you a penny to have an ad show up for somebody, that's why $1 a day is already enough to get the ball rolling and creating something scalable for your company through YouTube ads platform, or the YouTube ad platform in and itself, or through YouTube ads. Because you could get 100 viewings of your video ad a day just for $1 a day. 100 viewings isn't very much if you have a very crappy ad and an ad that's not very well targeted, whereas if it's super laser targeted for exactly who is a home run prospect for your company and has and a message that laser targets exactly what will get that resonate with that person, 100 views is already enough to make some sales already. And the more expensive the product or service you have, of course, sort of the higher budget you're going to need. I will throw that disclaimer out there, but respectively, the only reason for that is because the higher the product or service cost you have, the more the sales cycle window length is, as they say, which is the average amount of time from somebody seeing your ad to the time they decide to buy, because they have to think it over. But it doesn't mean you have to start out with more than $1 a day. It just might take 3 months for the person that you marketed to today to buy. And so, frankly, you're just going to have to advertise a little bit longer, and what you're ultimately doing is filling a pipeline. You're sticking people into a pipeline that, there's a certain amount of time that the person has to think on it, and then when they start buying, then they're going to keep buying like regularly after that, because now you have a pipeline full of people in the last 3 months that are all in various stages of being ready to purchase. But anyway, I just thought I would mention that as well. It's kind of relevant to this. But anyway, to get to the magic, formula here of how you're going to be able to take $1 a day ad budget to make money on YouTube ads, the two main things that are going to work for 90+% of businesses, sometimes both, sometimes it's one or the other, to take that dollar, turn it into 2, 4, 8, and so forth, is you're going to, first of all, try to create a custom video targeting people looking for buying advice, okay? Such as we had a client that sold a service, a medical service, locally, that help people fix reoccurring problems with heartburn. Okay, so the obvious thing to do in that market, which we did many things other than just this, but the most profitable thing here, which it would be similarly in many, many markets, which is why I'm mentioning it here, about the most efficient thing you can do, is to target people that are looking for how to fix heartburn related content on YouTube. And the way that you simply do this is you could target the keyword how to fix heartburn. That's somewhat the simple way to do it, which is mostly going to get you on videos about that, but it might get you on videos that are totally sort of irrelevant. For me, if I have $1 a day ad budget to spend on YouTube to start out with, and I want to get that $1 a day working as quickly as possible, I'm going to go the extra mile, and I'm going to type in how to fix heartburn into the YouTube search bar. And then I'm going to see what videos show up in the search results there on YouTube. And then I'm going to go ahead and click through every single one of those videos on YouTube under that search result. And I'm going to then personally vet which videos I want to show up on. Certain videos aren't going to attract the right viewer that I want to sell to with my product video, or should I say in this case service video that we did, explaining that we can fix that person's heartburn problem. So certain videos will have the right audience, so to say, that'll be most receptive to your pitch, and there are others ones that won't. So you just take a spreadsheet, and the videos that you find if they're watching that all the way through, has the right type of buyer I want to communicate with, and the ones that don't, and the ones that I do want to communicate with, I put those in my spreadsheet in a list. When I'm all done, I take that list of video URLs, and then I target just those video URLs by itself. And so $1 a day to target every video where someone's looking for, how do I fix my heartburn problem? That's already enough for the most part, because it's what you're doing is targeting like the absolute cream of the crop. You're skimming off the best of the best cream and prospects from your market, and you're using that to springboard the future growth of your campaign. So we targeted people looking to fix heartburn, and we targeted that. And then of course the next stage, from there, is to look for people who are looking for heartburn medications ultimately. So they already know that they want to buy a product, and sometimes it'll actually be a little bit more profitable than people looking how to fix the problem that your product or service fixes. And we also went after people looking for a heartburn related doctor locally, and then targeted those people and then with that we had a video that would show up, and ultimately will tell you, did you know there's a solution that can fix your heartburn problem really relatively easily? If you would like to know how to know if this product will work for you, click this link and go to our site. And then on the site it explained they had to sign up for a webinar in order to find out if this will actually work for them or not. But for the most part, it works for most people. See how this, if it not only will work for you, but ultimately how you're going to be able to get the solution so that you don't have to worry about heartburn anymore. So that's an example of what you're going to do in your own market. Whether you target people that are looking for, ultimately how to buy the right life insurance, or specifically, I guess trying to give a more relevant example here. But for the most part, it's how to buy life insurance, or what's the best life insurance companies to buy from. That'll vary a little bit market to market, but that's basically what you want to do. You don't want to target people that you want people revealing. Ultimately, the closer that you can get to people admitting through YouTube to you that they're looking to buy something in the very, very near future, the better, because those people are going to be the most likely to buy. Therefore, the cost of what you have to pay to get in front of those people will be more productive, more worth it for you, the closer to a purchase that they're going to make that they are. Because there's a lot of people that do research in your market that are going to initially start to research like heartburn cures or whatever, going back to my previous example, and maybe only 10% of the people searching for that are going to eventually buy. People that search for how to fix heartburn, the percentage of people searching for that, there's a higher percentage that are going to buy. People that search for what are the best medications for heartburn, a little bit higher percentage of those people are going to buy. So again, it'll vary a little bit market to market. What is the best life insurance to buy might be a little bit better than how to buy a life insurance policy, and you can actually try both. But that's what you want to do with your targeting right up front on your dollar a day to what you want to spend your money on specifically there. How to buy a life insurance policy, or what is the best life insurance policy to buy, how to select the right life insurance policy. You may try a combination thereof, but basically one of those individual unique things there is what's going to be able to produce a return high enough for you to have money to reinvest and go to $2 a day from your $1 a day that you're starting out with, or what have you. And then going with that, like I said before, you're going to use a dedicated video that speaks to those people directly. So, and then you're going to get super nuanced here. If they're searching for what is the best life insurance policy to buy, you make a video that says, this is the best life insurance policy to buy, and here is why. If the video that you're showing up on is related to how to select the best life insurance company, then you have a video that says, ultimately, this is the best life insurance company to buy from, and here is why. So whatever question, in other words, that specific person is asking through YouTube, and furthermore, which I would recommend you go the extra stage, is answered on that video itself. You ultimately show up during that video and you say, you're basically just hijacking that user. Because if they're watching a video that says how to select the best life insurance company to buy your life insurance from, and you show up on the video saying, the best life insurance company to buy your life insurance from is this because of this, this, and this, you're going to peel off, 2-3% of those people to come to your site and contact you, which, for $1, you're going to get 100 viewings of your ad already. You get 2 or 3% of those people to click through. You're ultimately only paying 2-3 cents a click because it's so laser targeted here. And then from there, a certain percentage will fill out your form, and you can get leads for less than $1 a piece. Or at the very least, you may not get leads every day, but after 500 people see your little video ad there, you'll get at least one person, so it's $5 a lead or what have you. But that's about as targeted as it gets, and so pick one or do 2 or 3 of those individual things that I did there, and then make your video answer the exact question and how they specifically phrase it. That's how you get the most efficiency and bang for your buck out of your $1 a day. The other main thing that you're going to do is you're going to target custom videos for people looking for reviews on your competitors' items. So going back to what I said before, the questions that people ask that reveal that that person's super close to making a purchase in your market, for people looking for a review on the competitor that directly competes with your product or services that you sell, those people are about as close to making a purchase as possible, indicating that you're then not going to be wasting money on advertising to people for the most part that aren't going to be making a purchase. They're not tire kickers. They're going to be buying from somebody. It's just a matter of it's you or that competitor. You then, through the power of YouTube ads, can actually show up on those ads, those video ads, or the videos that go into the review of your direct competitor's item, either directly on their YouTube channels or when somebody outside your competitor's company review that product, you can show up on those videos. Both of which, by the way, are basically just as good as one another. So specifically what you want to do there is if you're selling like we had somebody who sold toolboxes, workbench toolbox combinations where it's a big, basically workbench with tool drawers in it, or drawers in it for your tools. And we just made a list of all the other workbench, tool chest competitors, the products like that they competed with. And then we wrote a list of how we're specifically better than that particular individual competitor's item on an item by item basis like that. So that if they're looking for a Snap-on XYZ model Snap-on workbench / tool chest, and we know that our tool chest is better because it has USB ports, it has a thicker gauge metal on the top of the unit, and 2 or 3 other things, we can have a video ad show up for somebody looking for a review on that item, indicating that person's very seriously considering buying that individual exact Snap-on, competing Snap-on item that they're selling. And we can say, before you consider buying the Snap-on XYZ model tool bench, consider or sometimes it's actually better to just say consider, so they don't even know it's coming from you because it'll make them let their guard down. Consider the XYZ model of tool bench. It's actually got thicker steel than the Snap-on tool bench. It actually has USB ports, whereas the Snap-on unit does not have any USB ports. It actually has It's actually cheaper. So you're getting a much better deal for your money considering this product over here, which is cheaper and has more features than the Snap-on product that you're considering. And so you can see where I'm going with this. This is about as targeted as it gets. In fact, this competitor showing up on your competitor's video is even better than showing up for people that are looking for advice on how to buy from your market, because there's even a higher percentage of people that are going to lead to a purchase looking for the competitor's product review or service review than people looking for how to select the right life insurance company. We know because we do both of these things quite often. And so the competitor's review, the only problem with the competitor reviews is if you really wanted it to work the way that it's, where it's really effective, is you got to have unique videos for every competitor product or service you have. You're not going to really bank unless you could say, hey, this tax service over here is not all that in a bag of chips because our tax service actually is cheaper than that tax service and they don't actually do X, Y, and Z, and we do. So before you go ahead and pick a tax service in the local Charlotte area, check out our service, and then you direct them to a dedicated landing page on your site. Don't send them to your homepage. Don't get lazy. and then elaborate further on why your service is better than that exact service that they were considering. So you got to do that for every individual competitor if this is going to really, really pay off. At least can pay off at the level that you want to literally start with $1 worth of ads a day on YouTube ads and make that $1 already start producing sales. But if you go to that level of targeting, which you obviously can then start just target one individual competitor. So instead of going super broad, one competitor, what do we do better than that competitor? Anybody reviewing that competitor that's serious and wants to see what the reviews of that competitor are, we're going to show up and say why we're better than that competitor during those videos, and we're going to direct them to a page that elaborates further why we're better than that competitor, and we're going to make sales from it. And then once you get money from that going, you go into the second competitor that competes directly with you, the third and the fourth, and then you go all the way down the line. Then you take your money and you start going after people looking for advice on how to select the right tax service specifically, and how to buy a tax service without getting ripped off, those kind of searches, and related video content related to that. So we'll usually start out with the competitor videos, showing up on those. Then we'll go after people looking for advice on how to buy from our niche specifically, in that order, because the competitor showing up on the competitor videos is generally more profitable than the people looking for advice on how to buy, how to pick the right company, how to buy it in general without getting ripped off is. So anyway, that gives you a general idea. If you want to start out with as little money as possible with your ad budget, it's going to take more work on the front end. Coming out with laser targeted videos is making sure you show up on the exact videos that count. So that may not be the answer that you're looking for here, but the more targeted it is, more targeted your message is, the higher the conversion rate you're going to get. So it gets to be high enough where you could start out with little to no money and already start making sales. Or you can take the other approach where you're super, super generic in what you're saying. You can be super generic and it'll take a lot more ad spend to start getting your first sales. Or you could be so generic, more than likely, like I said before, that you're just simply not going to make enough sales to cover what you're spending on ads, and you got nowhere. You wasted your money, you furthermore wasted your time. So that's what I would do if I'm starting out in my market trying to run YouTube ads with as little money as possible. YouTube ads are not very competitive because your competition doesn't want to make video ads. It's not easy. And it takes kind of a lot to get it to work. You have to make custom ads and target certain specific audiences, like I mentioned a lot of times in a lot of markets, to even get it to work. And there's very few people that want to do that. It's not like a Google ad where they can kind of just get away with basic knowledge about advertising and marketing to make that kind of work, whereas you got to be understanding exactly what your consumers need to want and hear, and you got to know which exact people to have it show up in front of to get it to work. But on the flip side, if you do that work, because there's so little competition in your niche or space, you might be the only one advertising that way in your local market or even nationally. It leaves it all open to you if you want to put that work in, and doesn't need to take a lot of ad spend at all to get the whole process started. So with that said, I'll wrap it up with that. Hopefully that made sense for you. If you like my video, I'd appreciate it a lot if you could give it a thumbs up. And also you should consider subscribing, as I have a lot of other content on this channel about how to make money with ads. Not just YouTube ads, but Google ads, Facebook ads, and so forth. And it comes from somebody who manages dozens of ad accounts on an ongoing basis on all these different platforms. And, therefore, there's a lot of YouTubers and stuff that have channels about advertising that don't manage clients like we, at my firm that we manage. So, they make money off of YouTube. I make money by working with clients, and I manage dozens of ad accounts and clients at any given time at my ad agency at Guarantee PPC. Therefore, the information I share is the right information that you need. Furthermore, we got to guarantee results for our clients before we get paid. So I'm giving you the actual information we use to get guaranteed results for our clients. So on top of everything else, that's why this is literally the best information you're going to find on how to make money with ads on YouTube and on the web for that matter. If you have any questions about anything I covered today, leave me a comment below. I get back to every single person who leaves me a comment on this channel, usually within a couple days. Ask me any PPC related question you'd like. I'd be happy to try to give you some help on whatever you need done, if I can, or put you on the right track. If If you like the channel, by the way, I also have a blog at guaranteeppc.com/blog where you can also find advice from myself on how to make money with ads. Furthermore, if you're looking for somebody, not just a good but great ad manager, I manage clients' ads as this is the only thing I do to make money at our ad agency, helping people with Google ads, Facebook ads, and so forth. We guarantee results for clients where you don't have to pay anything until you're already making more money on your campaigns already. So nothing has to come out of pocket. But of course, I don't work with just any client. If you got a great product or service though that just needs great advertising with it, I'd love to hear from you and see if we can try to work together where we could take basically some of the profit that you're making once you're already making money, or like take a certain percentage of your sales growth. I'd love to be able to help facilitate building you a big company and managing your ads and helping you through that process. So if you're interested in that, reach out to me at guaranteeppc.com. We also have campaign templates. If you don't want an ad manager outright, and if we've worked in your market already, we can help you just simply by giving you the campaign templates that work for your market. If we've worked in your market before, instead of having to figure out how to make a multi-million-dollar ad campaign work for your business, you can just take the exact campaign templates, ads, keywords, whatever that work for that market, and landing pages, copy and paste it into your ad accounts and so forth, and get those same results for your own company. It's silly to do all that work for yourself if we've already done all that results, or done all the work to get those results for another client already, and we charge a one-time fee for those templates. So anyway, if you're interested in that, reach out to my firm as well. Be happy to try to tell you if we've worked in your market before and what results we've gotten in your market already. But I'll wrap it up with that. Hopefully that made sense to you, helps you out a lot, and I'll see you on the next one. See you later.